Hey, everybody. How are you doing today? I am just perfect. It's a beautiful sunny day. The sun is shining. There's no clouds in the sky, and everybody is happy. Are you happy? I'm happy. I'm going to try and pull you up over here so I can see who else is happy. Is anybody here? Or is it just me? How could it just be me? I don't know. In a perfect world, it's everybody, and everybody is holding hands and singing songs, right? Yes, we are. Come on. Let me get my, oh, I have to hit the right buttons. Oh, stop it, stop it. I'm sorry, everybody. I think I'm doing so well, and I am not. There I am. I guess it's not a perfect world. It is. It is a perfect world. It's just not coming up. How was everybody's day today? Oh my goodness. Barbie has visited. Do you know, in the day they did call me Barbie, and I never played with Barbie dolls, so I didn't even have one here I could show you. It's just me. So crazy, crazy. All right. Who else is here with me today? Rhonda. Hello. Hey, Joyce and Heidi. I am Barbie. Does that look like Barbie? No. You love the hair. I do not. It's itchy. It's awful. I used to kind of have blonde hair. Well, not really white, not like hers, but it was blonde. In fact, when my husband and I first got together, got married, and when we were dating, from the back, we looked just the same because he had longer hair, and I kind of sun bleached mine that summer, and his was already blonde, and he had a lot of hair, and it was long, and it was curly, and from the back, we looked just the same. You couldn't tell who was who. From the front, you could tell because we looked different, but from the back, no, we were the same. But my hair was never bleached blonde. I would streak it, I would do things to it, because I always have, but never bleached. Hey, Judy from Missouri. I have never heard of Mexico, Missouri. I'm going to have to look that up. Is our Whispering Pines lady there today? Hello, Karen. We could be Barbie and Karen. How about that? Oh, hey, Sherry. Oh, I just love seeing all you. You guys are my friends. You make my day. I want you to know that. And I got to introduce you this morning to my sweet little Gus. Gus was actually the first one that ever took to me. Now I have Lady Jane that comes to me instantly so quickly. And I didn't bring Lady Jane on. I probably could have brought two on. But I thought if it gets off my lap and runs, I'm in the house. And they poop all the time. All they do is poop. Do you know that they will poop 15 times a day? Not my kind of pet. Hello, Sheila from Georgia. Nancy, you're a natural blonde? Oh, will you guys excuse me for just a minute? I just had a spider. Oh, that's bad. A spider come down from my ceiling, and I had to get it. Okay, this is not good. All right. I wonder if Barbie has to fuss with her hair that much. I am not a natural blonde. I'm a natural, well, actually, one lady said that I looked like a mousy brown. And so that's kind of my hair color is mousy brown. But I did sun bleach it through one summer, and that was fun. Alice said chicken poop is an awful smell. I've smelled worse things than chicken poop, I tell you. Oh, I'm almost out of breath. Okay, so last night, yesterday, I decided to quilt that quilt up for my grandma. Oh, did you see that? I posted a picture. It really turned out pretty good. she made it later in life, so it wasn't her best work, and she's always been a quilter, always. In fact, we'd visit her house and she'd say, "Oh, come on and see my newest quilt." And she'd bring out another quilt top for us to look at. And then she would spend days with lots of people with it on the quilt frame, and they would quilt it by hand. Well, I am not about to do that. I don't do anything by hand. I barely write by hand. Okay, I can thread my machine by hand. That's really all I want to do by hand. And anyway, so I had this quilt. I was reading your comments. I just love your comments. Love them, love them, love them. So put more in there. Distract me some more, please. I feel like this is falling off anyway. Okay, so we'd go to my grandma's house. She lived across the street, and she'd pull out her quilts and we'd love them. And so she had quilted forever. And they were really beautiful quilts she would do. I remember a wedding ring one, and I mean, I was just a little girl, so it didn't mean a lot to me. But I know that she cut it all out with scissors. She didn't have a rotary cutter. She had a very old machine that I'd like to know where it is today. And she just used the minor tools that you could possibly have, and she did it. And they were beautiful, and she worked so hard at it. So the one that I did yesterday, it was just blocks that she had probably saved from every project she ever done, because nothing matches. Nothing matched at all. But they were pretty good. Not her best work, but it was still pretty. And the one I put on this morning, and yesterday I decided, well, my sister gave these to me a couple of years ago and asked me to quilt them. And you know how you just never get around to some things? Well, I never got around to it. And I had a couple of minutes yesterday, and I thought, I want to get those out of my closet. I want to give them back to her. So I ran and got fabric, I put it on the machine and quilted it up. I had it quilted last night, and this morning I bound it. And I made a quilt label for it with my grandma's name. And it's going to be great. It's going to be great. There were some, like I said, she made it when she was much older. So there's some ripples in the fabric. So it's not perfect, but it's my grandma. And I thought, here I am touching this, quilting this, and doing things on it. And I thought, she handled this fabric, every single square. She sewed it together. And the one I showed you this morning, the polyester one, dang, polyester, where those seams come together, you cannot quilt through it. The machine goes like that. It does not work. So I've got some bumps in it. I can't help it. That's the way it is. She sewed it all together with green thread, and it's multiple colors. I don't know where anybody found that much polyester. I don't remember having polyester clothes, maybe a jacket. I don't know where she got these fabrics, but it was back when fabric was 25 cents a yard, I'll tell you. Anyway, I'm going to finish it tonight. I got a couple of rows done, and I'm going to finish it tonight and bind it in the morning and deliver it to my sister, and she'll say, oh, this isn't very good because there's bumps in it. I'm going to say, you try it, because that needle would not penetrate those seams. It would go and bump and come out. And I thought, I'm not unpicking all that. I'm just going to make a little flower there. So that's what I've done. Oh, Robin, you have a quilt like that. I don't think it will ever wear out. That polyester will be with us forever. I mean, they could put it in the dump and it would not rot in the ground. It's not going to rot. So it will never, ever have holes in it. Maybe. I don't know. The thread will probably fall apart before the polyester will. Oh, polyester is definitely the 70s. I can't even think of where I was in the 70s. Oh, my heck. Anyway, so that's been my ordeal. So I've got to finish that tonight. Besides, Beck has another gig tonight. I'm going to go watch him. I love to watch him, and I just sit there and smile. It's at a restaurant. So you get to go and you get to eat food, and he's doing the mood music for everybody that's dining. And it's just a one-man show for him. And it's so fun because he is really, really good. And with his permission, I'll take a little video tonight so you can see how good he is. He's a cute kid. I'm loving it. Anyway, so that's where I'm headed tonight. No, I'm not going to wear the wig. No, no, no. I want to put a hat on even right now. I want to go off camera and take it off and fluff my hair. That's what I want to do. Anyway, that's about all I have to say about all of that. Does anybody have any questions or comments? Nancy, it's made out of plastic. It's crazy. Robin says not polyester, but one put together for my mother and her friend and me. Beautiful. When I got married, the big thing was, it wasn't polyester for quilts. It was a silky stuff. Hi, Valerie. I'm glad you made it. It's late at night. Okay, what would have been the fabric that we used? It was more of a silk. Does anybody know? It wasn't cottons. I mean, I had some cotton quilts. I think when I got married, the big thing was have a trousseau. And I had 7 quilts, and my mother and my grandma all made all these quilts. And tricot, thank you, Anne. Anne Godfrey is from this valley too. She understands what we did then. It was made out of tricot. And it doesn't rot either. It will get little holes in it, and it'll run like a nylon, but it is not going to rot. So I have tricot quilts. I still have them somewhere. I don't use them anymore, but I should find them and pull them out. That would be fun. No, it wasn't sateen. It was tricot. Thank you, Anne, for that, because I would have been up all night trying to... I don't think I could have Googled it and gotten the answer. Anyway, I have stuff to talk about today because I am happy. It's a happy time here. Definitely, always. It's been a really good day because, like I said, I got that quilt done. And then I even had time to run to the store by the back for the other one. And they are huge. They're like 100 by 100. They are big quilts. It's like she didn't know when to quit. And I'm going to have to cut quite a bit off the edges because the edge seams don't really match up so well. And so I'm going to have to cut some off. But I will show you a picture tomorrow when I get done. And I noticed that many of you have been busy too. I have seen notebook notes to go. I have seen scissor holders and rotary cutter holders. And I have seen scrambled wedges out there. I love the one that was made in the Halloween fabric. I love that. And Alice's was in this crazy wild fabric. I love that one too. I really wish I would have done mine in Christmas fabric, but I didn't. I just used what I had, like my grandma, right? I just feel like I'm channeling my grandma when I sew it, when I work on things, and especially when I'm working on her quilts. And I think she handled and touched every single square, and she sat and she sewed them together. I think that's amazing. And she's been gone since '94. So she's been gone a long time. But she sewed till the day she died, almost. The last few years weren't so great for her, but she sewed a lot. And I really feel like, yeah, it's nice to get them finished, Heidi, finally. So this will make 4 different quilts I've sewn that my grandma made. I believe my sister's given me 2, and I believe my aunt gave me 1. Maybe that's only 3. And funny, I don't have any quilts personally. I'm glad that somebody's got some, though, that they still live on somewhere. I'm really glad. And I hope that all of the quilts that you and I make, that they will live on somewhere. I think that's the idea. Make sure you label your quilts. Put your name on them so that they know where that quilt came from. And don't let a quilt go out of your house without a label. That is my soapbox for today. That's my soapbox. Okay, I want to talk about the serger for just a minute. All right, I know that I want to give you more of a demo on this wonderful table. Today, I'm not really demoing it. I'm going to use it today, but I do want you to see how wonderful it is. Right here, there is the knife cover that you'll see on the regular table. And in fact, here's my knife cover right here. So that's going to look much the same. It's not going to look any different. That knife cover is still there. You can still use your subsidiary looper, I cannot ever say that word, subsidiary looper, because you've got this space right in here. You don't have to lock it down. And then also all of your rubbish, Valerie, that's for you. All of your rubbish would go right down in here, just like the table right here. It's going to fall inside. So that's where that's going to go. Okay, I'm going to pause for just a second. I want to see what you're saying. Alice said she's going to hand bind her table runner tonight. She did all the edge-to-edge quilting today, and I think that I love to edge-to-edge quilt. I'm going to come back here for just a sec. Heidi says, I'm really torn on finishing my great-great-grandma's quilt or leaving it as a top, all hand done. That was really hard for me too, because that's why I think I put it off for so long. Can I do these justice? I mean, it's a polyester knit. Can I do it justice? I'm working on it. It's not going to be totally justice, but it's better than sitting in a bag in a closet, right? Now, maybe my sister can use it or pass it on to her daughters or sons or grandkids. Valerie said it's too hot to sew in the UK. It's been 87 degrees, which is very hot for September. I don't know what we got to today, but it's probably near 80. Not 87 by no means. By no means. Okay, take another deep breath. It's been a crazy day, and I've had so much fun. All right, so here's my serger table right there. And it's flat right here, and it's got the little holes where I can screw on this right here. And we're going to talk about this. So this is the table I'm going to use today. And I am actually going to put this guide on here and screw it into there with these screws that came with your machine. Okay, now this is, last week I think I talked about the quilt guide, the fabric guide. This is not the quilt guide, it's the fabric guide. And I showed you that there is a larger slot on the newer fabric guide. It doesn't make any difference. It's still the exact same fabric guide. It does the exact same thing. It slides over like this. It gives you the measurements right here. Everything is the same. And I don't think you are going to see a difference in them. So don't worry too much if you have this one right here. And I wouldn't rush out and get one unless you wanted to have two, because this one's a good one. And I wouldn't make a fuss about it for sure. Okay, so I'm going to take that off. I'm going to put this over here and this over here. And I want you to see how this clamps down. So this screws in, and then you're going to decide where you want that measurement to be. So right here is my fabric guide. So I'm going to put that where I want it to be and clamp it down. And it's not going to move. And all you have to do is guide your fabric through it like that. And we're going to use this today. But look at this. You can go clear up to an inch. Well, you can actually go clear up there, but I don't know that you're going to want to go that far. But you never know, right? Because when you get on your sewing table where you don't have this guy in your way right here, then you can definitely go much wider on your stitches when you get into the cover stitches, because you have the room on your table to do that. All right. Now I want to talk about the feet right here. This is the foot that comes on your machine, and this is wonderful. I love it. I use it most of the time. Let me see if I can come down closer and probably make us all a little sick. Let me get me a pointer. All right, so right here, there are notches in the foot, and I think we've talked about this. And then back here, you've got the holes where the needles go. So there's 3 cover stitch needles right there, and there are 2 overlock needles. And there are 5 slots right up there. And each one of those slots represent where the needle will land back here. And it's nice that they put those notches up there, because you really can't see where the needle is working back here, because you've got all this covering it up right here. You can get feet that have an open area, but those notches are so helpful because that tells you right where that foot is going to land. Then there is a slot right here, and a slot right here. Those slots are really nice if you are installing lace or ribbon or something like that you'll want to be able to guide through your machine. Maybe even right up here, you might want to put some tape if you're trying to reinforce a seam. If you're doing clothing, right? That's what I would use that for. All right, that's my regular foot. Still have those slots in the feet. All right, here is my blind hem foot. This is not my blind hem foot. This is my lace applicator foot. I'm sorry, they look a lot alike. But this one has the little screw right here where you can move this guide back and forth. These are two ways right here that I can measure the width of my stitch. With this right here, but I can also do it with this. If you don't have this, you can still kind of guide your fabric through with this. This one just gives you a bigger area to guide with. It also gives you a wider area to guide with. Different ways to do it. But this one right here, you also have your 3 holes for your overlock, your cover stitch needles, and 2 for your overlock. You also have notches in the foot right there, but they're not at the front of the foot like this one is. They're at the back, and the reason they're at the back is because now you can guide, or you can line the guide up with the notch. And just use your screwdriver to tighten and loosen that screw right there. Okay, I want to go over to the machine because I want to show you. I'm set up right now for a flat lock. And the reason I want to show you on a flat lock is because this is the stitch in your overlock stitches that is really hard to line up. If you know right where you want to have it, then it works great. But if you don't have some kind of a guide, it's really going to be ugly. And I'll show you what I mean. I just have my regular foot on there. I have my blade down. And a flat lock stitch I love. I didn't understand them in a long time ago, but I love them. Okay, I'm going to just do this with my regular foot with no guides at all. And I'm going to show you what I come up with. Okay, let's come back over here. I want you to see this. Okay, this is a flat lock stitch. Now the flat lock stitches are going to hang out over the side of the fabric just like that. So you think, oh, I've got an ugly stitch. You really don't. Because this one is meant to be opened. But now look at that. Now that's not too bad. I didn't do too bad. But I think I've got a little wave right in here. So normally when you do a flat lock stitch, you want a nice even stitch going down. You're not able to see that, but it's poking up right there. And that's because I didn't have it the same width. Let me try that again. So I'm going to guide it just using the notches on my foot and hope that I get it right. Okay, let's look at it now. I'm going to open that up. Now I still didn't get it right. You can see that it's not going to even lay flat. It's supposed to be a flat lock, but it's not going to lay flat because I've got a little narrower here and wide there and wide there. It's just not going to be right because my foot has a really hard time guiding that fabric in because it doesn't have a guide. All right, I'm going to put on a different foot. I'm going to put on this lace applicator foot. And yes, this is used to apply lace if you want to, but I've never used it for that. I'm going to put that guy on there. Got to raise my foot. I can't even see. All right, so now that foot is on. So now I can put this on and guide my fabric with my guide right here. So that guide that I showed you that I can loosen the screw and move it around, I can guide it right there. Come on, fabric, don't. Yep. I folded it. Sorry, don't want to do that. All right, already I can tell that that's a better stitch because it's straight right here, where these were not straight. So I've still got fabric or thread hanging off the edge, and which is what I want on a flat lock stitch, but I can see already it's straighter, and I'm going to pull it. So much easier to pull, and you see how that one is now going to lay flat where I've got some bulges in here. That one is a beautiful flat lock stitch. Now I'm going to put my fabric guide on the machine. And I can even pop that foot off. I don't even need that one on anymore because I'm going to use my fabric guide as my guide. And boy, don't lose these little screws. You can buy more, but don't lose those little screws. Keep those handy. All right, now I want to line this up right with the first notch in my foot. And let's see how well we can do this. The nice thing about it is going to guide it clear back here. So I can do a much larger piece. And all I have to do is keep it straight back here. And let's see how we did. All right, I've got to find the camera because I've got close up. All right, once again, I can tell that this is a much better stitch. You can see how flat those second two are because they are the flat lock with the guides. These, I did not use a guide. If you're ever using a flat lock stitch, you've got to have something to guide with. So either get your lace applicator foot out with the little guide on it, or get your fabric guide out, and you will be happy with it no matter what. I love the flat lock stitch. It's such a beautiful, fun thing to use for a decorative stitch. I love it. I love it. Has anybody else used the flat lock and you have special things you like to do with it? You can use either side. Let me go back and show you right here. Maybe I can show you. There you've got this side. That's the back side. And there is the top. You see how pretty that stitch is? You could even weave lace through or ribbon through it, just tiny little ribbon. That would be so pretty. Oh, Gloria, you love the wig? Well, I don't know if I do. I probably have enough wigs in my house to decorate my whole family. And I told them that the other day. I says, we need to have a wig day where everybody wears a wig. Don't you just buy them for different reasons and then you just got them because they don't wear out. You got them. All right, we've talked about the lace applicator foot and the fabric guide that's stuck on my machine and the flat lock stitch. You don't have to use them with just flat lock stitches. This would be good with any of your stitches if you need a guide. This one would be a more narrow guide. It would also be closer to your needle guide. But when you get your fabric guide on there, if you do not have a fabric guide for your serger, I tell you, this is a wonderful thing to have. Now, it's not going to work on your victory or your acclaim. I don't think. This one is mostly made for the Ovation and the Triumph because you need to have that wider throat, right? All right, I've said a lot. And I feel like I need to go take a shower and do my hair. I don't know. Crazy. Does anybody have any questions? Or do you have a way that you like to get the perfect straight seam? Because we always want them perfect, right? And why wouldn't you? When you're doing a quilt, you want that perfect 1/4 inch. Now, we did the scrambled wedges class yesterday, and I did not use this because I was just using a regular 1/4 inch stitch, but this would have been very helpful. I really love this guy, and I do use it a lot. I just didn't use it yesterday in my class. And those of you that took that class, thank you so much. It was fun. It was fun to do another live class. We haven't done those in a while, and it's not something you can do every day, but I love it. I do have a lot of recorded classes on my site, and the one we did yesterday is now recorded. So if you still want to do it, you can still do it. If you haven't had a chance to watch it and you already purchased it, It's there and it's ready for you. Definitely. All right. If anybody has any questions, I do ask. Oh, I I do want to bring something up. When is the new table going to be available? Said Alice. It is available now. In fact, Patty told me that they over-ordered on them so that everybody who wanted one would get one, which is why I was able to come home with one. Otherwise, when new products come out, we are the last ones to get one because the customers get them first. So, like with the Solaris, I didn't get mine until about a year ago because we had to wait, make sure that everybody that had ordered one could get one. And now I think I'm going to be waiting for an Altair for a while. Am I going to get one? Probably. I'm thinking about it very strongly. That Altair is amazing. Alice, I have no idea on the price. I have no idea. I am sorry. Because I don't sell them, I guess I just don't know. But I want to thank everybody. We had a big sale on Monday, and so many of you took advantage of that sale. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for supporting me. I so appreciate it. I love it, in fact. Okay, we just had a holiday weekend, and now we have to not have a holiday weekend this weekend. We got to work, right? We got to do all of our yard work and get everything done because winter is coming. I don't know how it's coming at your place, but we had snow in the mountains this weekend. On Labor Day, we had snow in our ski resorts, and in Park City, we had snow. Darn it, that means it's coming down. And the deer are going to be coming down again, too. All right, if anybody has any questions, I would love to answer them. Otherwise, I will see you next week. Oh, I know what I was going to tell you. You know, the other day I told you that Facebook gives people points. They give you points for when you post on this group, when you comment on this group, when you like or love anything on this group. Well, Heidi Todd was in first place last week. Heidi, no more. Mindy has overtaken Heidi. Mindy has rushed ahead. All right, Heidi, you're going to have to do a little work. And Mindy, I think next week I'll tell you what the top 10 are. I don't have them in front of me because they're on my computer, and I'm using the computer right now. So, hey, Teresa. But just know that Mindy has exceeded Heidi right now. So, Mindy, you have more points than Heidi. But she's not far behind. And the rest of you, I know that Alice is there. And Dottie, I believe, I don't even dare wander to guess there because there are so many of you. Diane, thank you. Thank you so much. I love being here more than you'll ever know. I think all night, what can I do now? What can I do now? And I'm going to write a new pattern on Monday. I'm so excited about it. And it's something that I need. So if I need it, maybe you need it too. I'm really excited to do it. So the more you comment, the more points you're going to get. All right? So thank you for joining me today. I will see you next week. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And what does Barbie say? I don't know. I was almost going to go to the movie again today and I didn't make it. I was too busy. I had quilts to do, right? But I'm going to see it again. I'm going to get some Barbie-isms in there somewhere. I don't know what they are. Anyway, bye everybody. It's a beautiful day. Have a great weekend and I'll see you next week.